Barbers! Welcome back to Barber News. If you haven't heard by now that the Go Clipper will take Anda's blades without any modifications, then you clearly haven't been watching Barber News all week. We've been talking about it for days, so if you've missed that, go back through this week's videos and get caught up. It's all there. But let's move on, because we've got a lot to cover in today's episode. And trust me when I say this, you don't want to miss it. I'm talking Clipper mods and why Clipper mod brands are cheap and not good, and we're getting into it properly. We see the Stylecraft Boosted taken apart and cracked open the Babyless FX too. This isn't just for show. We're looking at what's actually going on with these machines, how they're built, and whether they hold up or fall apart when you strip them down. So, buckle up, barbers. Focus, relax, and run the fucking intro. Oh, and did I mention we have a new trimmer I'm going to show you? Never seen before.
Oh, crying. I'm really just a dickhead. Don't act like you don't know me. This camp deserve a trophy. Baby, they know me straight. Do the most crying in history. Power potting go show up. This camera clippers blow up. It's bossy or crying. 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 Bossy or crying.
First off, I want to take a moment to show you a video that highlights exactly why Clipper mods from so-called mod brands aren't just a bad idea. They can actually be dangerous. A lot of barbers get caught up in the idea of customizing their tools or chasing trends without really understanding what they're installing, how it's affecting their machines, or what kind of long-term damage it can cause. Check this out.
Guys, I want to explain why Clipper mods are shit. So, here are two trimmer blades. There's one for the play, and there's one for the... That's a new blade, actually, so that's a little sneak preview. But that's one for the X and the Go that's coming up soon. So...
Well, I did not know about this blade. Has anyone got any ideas? Maybe the Go trimmer? That would be crazy.
What do these two have in common? Right, the part that attaches your clipper, your trimmer to the blade is metal. That's metal. The part that attaches the trimmer to the blade is metal. What clipper modifiers do is they make some bullshit plastic piece to replace that and strap onto here. So instead of having metal going into metal with metal threads, they go plastic on plastic on plastic. And it doesn't matter if it's 3D printed or it's injection molded. It's just a shit. A real modification or a real attachment from a blade to a clipper is always metal. And if you must mold it and you must modify anything, get it made out of metal. So then it lasts forever. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk and stop buying modifications. They're shit.
Well, there you have it. I mean, it's hard to argue with what you've just seen. The facts speak for themselves. Personally, Clipper mods are not something I would ever consider using, and after watching that, I think a lot of you will start to understand why. Especially unofficial mods. Now, I do want your honest opinions on this. Let's open up the conversation, because I know some barbers still swear by 3D printed parts and aftermarket mods. But for me, anything 3D printed, especially something that's attached to a motor, running at high speed, under pressure and heat, it's just never going to last. It's not built to handle that kind of wear, and over time, it's either going to crack, warp, or fail completely. And probably mid-cut, so fuck that, stay clear. Alright, since we've been talking a lot about blades this week, I'm willing to bet most of you didn't know half of this. Take a look at this. It's definitely something worth watching. And maybe you might educate yourself.
TPOB cutting blades. So on the play you got the zircon metal combination cutting blade, which is smooth and quiet, but you can also put the chunky cutter from the XO on. You just use the cam follower that comes with that blade and it fits on pretty perfectly. Also we've got a metal cutting blade which is thinner and sharper, but you do sacrifice a bit of heat and noise with this one.
Some of you might not realize this, but when you watch Barber News, you're not just being entertained. You're also being educated. If you've been watching for a while, I'm sure you'll agree that you've picked up tips, tricks, and knowledge along the way. And what we covered today is just another example of that. Now, I have to say, some of the comments out there lately have been absolutely insane. And I'm not just talking about comments on my posts. I'm talking about the nonsense, the hate, and the complete bullshit being spread by people who clearly don't have a clue what they're talking about. If you have any genuine questions about blades, drop them in the comments. I will reply. Don't be shy. And just a heads up, yes, you're probably going to see a few clueless idiots down there too. That's just how it goes. But the conversation is open, and I welcome everyone who wants to learn, question, and discuss it properly. This next video was made by TPOB himself to personally give both me and you, the viewers, the first update on this. It's direct, it's straight from the source, and it shows just how serious this next move is. When I first saw this, I knew straight away, this is going to be a hit, no question. And if you haven't had the chance to use this trimmer yet, I highly recommend you try it out for yourself. For those of you watching who already own one, do me a favor. Drop a comment below and let everyone know how it's been performing for you. Real feedback from real barbers matters more than anything, and I genuinely appreciate hearing what you think.
Yo, Toad, why don't you show your people this? The new whiteout X Deluxe.
Thank you, TPOB, for sharing this with the Barber News family before anyone else. Drop your thoughts on this in the comments now.
I'm just doing a little bit of research and development, taking some machines apart. I've got the Play, I've got the X Deluxe, I've got this Torchlight FX1, I've got the Gamma Boosted, and after taking these apart and testing the levers and
Before we get into it, I've got to ask something I've been getting in the DMs nonstop. Why the fuck are Stylecraft clippers so expensive? It's definitely not the quality. I've used them, and in my opinion, they're overrated. If anyone has a real reason, drop it in the comments. I'd love to know.
the blade and how hot they get and the sound and etc, etc. I have never been so much confident that it's going to be a complete and utter industry takeover. This lever it's really quite shit, to be honest with you. To be honest, to say this is quite good. There's not really enough contact on the thing, but this is a well-built clipper. It's just horrible in the hand, and it's quite quiet too. Surprised at that. This is quiet, but yeah, I'm not as quiet as the player, but it's really quiet. But this is.
Well, you finally heard something positive from TPOB about Babyliss, and I actually agree with him. But let's be real, the Babyliss clipper is massive. It's just way too big. From what I've heard, and from barbers I've spoken to, the only way Babyliss could get that clipper to perform well was by making it extra bulky. But huge clippers just aren't it anymore. Maybe 10 years ago you could bullshit your way around that, but not now. Let me know what you think. I'm curious if anyone actually likes using something that size today.
I can't even explain to you how much everyone's getting smoked this year. And the worst part is they know it. Like there's quite a there's quite a gap between it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments.
I can't doubt a man with that much confidence. Especially when he's ripping clippers apart and showing them to barbers all over the world to see for themselves. That's real. That's honesty. No hiding, no bullshit. What clipper drop are you looking forward to the most? Drop it in the comments. I want to see what everyone's waiting on. Barbers, I hope you appreciated all the videos this week. And that all-white X Deluxe trimmer looks absolutely insane. Please hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm out. Barbers, peace.